I've secured millions in funding for my clients, and today I'm excited to share my top tips on making your grant application stand out year after year. I'm Haley Jenkins, coach at Learn Grant Writing and founder of goldmines Grant Writing. If you're struggling to improve your applications each year or wondering how you can score even more funding for your nonprofit, you're not alone. This question comes up a lot in the Global Grant Writers Collective, both from consultants and in-house grant writers. Lucky for you, I have 6 years of experience in winning millions of dollars in grant funding. I've worked both as an in-house grant writer applying for annual grants from the same funders and as a consultant helping clients build brand new funder relationships. If you find yourself stuck in the same cycle, submitting the same applications over and over, try to reframe how you view applications. You're a builder using a blueprint to build a house. Once the house is completed, it isn't done for good. Just as a house needs regular upgrades and repairs, your application needs refinement and improvement over time. After each funding cycle, you can reach out to the funder for feedback, much like a homeowner might consult with contractors or inspectors. This feedback helps you understand what worked well and what needs improvement in your application. Repeating this process for every application ensures you can always have the best proposals possible. Stay tuned for how many times we can work construction puns into this video. So why does the question of making your application stand out even matter? Why are we worried about repositioning your program year after year? I'm so glad you asked. It's because if you don't know how your programs are improving while still meeting the gap in funding, chances are neither do your key funders. Best case scenario, the funder loves you and will fund you forever. But worst case scenario, they fund you once and then feel like the work ends there. Here are some other issues with funders I've seen when you're looking to fund an annual program. The funder simply wants to give to a different program, their grant priorities have changed, they want to see your nonprofit expand in a way that doesn't meet your capacity, they feel their money can be leveraged for greater impact with a different program, or that pesky sustainability question, how will you sustain the program after the grant period is over? But don't worry, these issues are more like traffic cones than they are permanent setbacks. Your grant strategy is always under construction. You should be building it up and improving it after every grant application. So, what are some steps you can take to pave the way? Let's look at a real-life example. Imagine you're a nonprofit organization with programs that go on all year round. For example, when I was an in-house grant writer for an anti-human trafficking organization, we had a really awesome annual funder. They funded us for 3 consecutive years for the same exact program, with no changes in the core mission of the program. How is this accomplished? We kept the funder hooked by showing how the program was growing and adapting. Plus, we shared personal stories from people who benefited from the program. This made the funder feel more connected to our work. Just like renovating a house, we work to make updates as time progresses. Here's an example from Meredith, Chief Grant Writing Unicorn. She worked on one specific federal grant that was highly competitive. For perspective, the winning grant narrative scored a 197 out of 200 points. She helped the organizations she worked with stand apart in their applications by facilitating a robust public comment process before the grant was submitted. This resulted in getting letters of support from unlikely partners. Think private land developers to environmental organizations to niche community nonprofits. Okay, let's rapid fire through some other ways you can repaint and spruce up your old applications. Here's some general tips. Update program data, outcomes, activities, and client stories with the latest information. Find creative ways to show program growth. For example, create a video to attach to grant applications, only if the funder allows it. Gather fresh testimonials from key stakeholders like community leaders, beneficiaries, and partners for new letters of support. Show why you still need support by highlighting an updated needs statement. Show the gap of where you are and where you could be. Present an updated funding strategy. Show how continued support from the funder can attract more funding and increase your program's impact. Include people with lived experience in program development. Personal input from those who have benefited from the program can really hammer home your story. For more on this, check out our video where we feature ethical storytelling expert Diana. You can also talk to the funder after each notification period. Use feedback as scaffolding to support and elevate your next application. And lastly, see if you can invite funders to be a part of your development. If you have any events going on, show them you'd like them to be there, especially if you're throwing an event in celebration of a grant that was just won. Those personal relationships are priceless when it comes to potential funding success. So, to recap, we talked about the importance of always improving your grant applications, shared real examples of how to show growth and innovation, and gave you some practical tips to make your application stand out. Remember, each application is like another brick added to your organization's foundation. It may be fragile at first, but in no time you'll have a strong, sturdy, and up-to-date house, ready to withstand anything. If you're an in-house grant writer, I want you to check out this video on how to win more grant funding while writing fewer proposals. Thanks, and see you next time.